Hola. Hoy es el martes y hoy vamos a hablar de los asuntos, de los problemas, del caos. Okay. Pero también vamos a hablar de la paz, de nuestra vida. So we're talking about problems, issues, chaos, all the things, but also about peace. And we're talking about that because in my little librito, it asks, what does chaos look like in your world? And it lists a bunch of stuff. And it was like, what about peace? What does that look like in your world? And I thought about it. I was like, let me write this down. How do I myself identify chaos in my world? Like how do I define it? And we talked about this. It's best to know how to identify things so you can properly manage them, or properly solve them, or properly dispose of them. If you cannot identify it, you're never gonna know where to find it to get rid of it. Get me? So I started writing it down, and I was like, well, I wrote it in my journal, so yes, I'll share that with y'all. What I wrote for a chaotic life, or when I feel like it's chaotic, is when I feel like life is wreaking an emotional havoc on me. I'm like, anybody who's ever met me in real life, you know that I'm an empath. I care deeply about humans, about people, about things. I care in general. And when life is wreaking an emotional havoc on me, I feel like I am drowning in the sea of emotional distress. And this scripture, Isaiah 26:3, that is on a canvas on my wall. This is the version I like. You will keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on you because he trusts in you. Saying Isaiah wrote, God, you will keep the person in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on you, fixed on you, another version says, because he trusts in you. Not that the situation is perfect that you're in, but he's saying that you're going to have a peace that is so perfect that even within or in the midst of your chaotic life or chaotic situation or chaotic distress or whatever the situation is, that you're still somehow not going to lose your mind. You're still somehow going to have an inner peace that not even hell itself could take away from you. And that is my reminder to myself, like, you know what, Latrice? You're right. Oh my gosh. One other thing. Pastor Darius Daniel, shout out to you. He said that for people who do not know God, but they know you, well, they want to know God because they know you. I was like, oh my gosh. And the first thing I think of is like, people, we talked about this, we are surrounded by a crowd of witnesses to our lives that we don't even know. People watching us and they watching us. Would people want to follow what you're doing, follow your God? Would people want to follow my God because of who they know of me? My answer is hopefully. But I also have to think, like, when I'm experiencing a certain situation in my life, like, people are still watching me. How do I deal with that situation? How do I? And let me tell y'all, I do my best. And it's when I get reminders like this of this scripture of Isaiah 26:3. No matter if I feel like I'm drowning or if I'm floating and swimming, that I have to remember who I trust, remember who I believe in to get me up out of the situation. Does that make sense? Si nadie te ha dicho hoy, este día que te estoy hablando a ti mismo, yo te quiero decir a ti que te amo. I want to say that I love you so much if nobody has told you today. Because life is lifing. But guess what? We are going to prosper regardless. Catch you.